Today I'm going to show you how to trade meme coins using Bullx Neo, which is a super powerful all-in-one trading tool that acts as a trading terminal, wallet tracker, Twitter tracker, and more. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Crypto Gorilla video. As usual, I am not a financial advisor. Trading meme coins is extremely risky and over 90% of traders lose money. So make sure you're okay taking on that level of risk. If you are, hit the subscribe button and let's jump right into today's video, starting off with signing up. I believe for Bullx Neo, you still need an invite code. So I put my referral link in the description down below. Feel free to use it. I will get a cut of your trading fees, for which Bullx charges 1% of every single trade you make, whether it's a buy, sell, limit order, DCA order, whatever it is, there are fees on those trades, which is standard across every meme coin trading tool, every tool in Web3, and even in Web2, whenever you trade, there is going to be a trading fee. So once you've clicked on the link, you are going to be prompted to connect a Telegram account. So yes, you are going to need to have Telegram in order to use Bullx. So once you've connected your Telegram, we can move on to step 2. I already have a wallet, so I'm just going to go to the wallet manager page, but the process is going to be the same. In order to create a new wallet, I'm going to click on new, I'm going to click wallet, and it's automatically going to create a brand new wallet for me. Now there's a few things you can do. The first one is you can make it your primary address. And then if we look here, you'll see there's a key symbol here with private keys up here. And this is because they allow you to export your wallet, which is something I do suggest doing. However, don't save it on your PC. Don't save it in notes or in Google Drive, because if your PC gets hacked, if your Google gets hacked, the hackers are going to be able to find these private keys, and these keys are the keys to your money. So if anybody has this, they can steal from you and you can't call the police or the government or MasterCard. Nobody's refunding your money for you. So store it offline on a piece of paper, literally write it down, triple check it, and then put it in a bank vault or somewhere where it won't be stolen and it won't get burnt in a fire. Now, the other thing I suggest doing is storing it in whatever Solana wallet you use. In this case, I'm using Phantom. You would just come here, you would click on the plus, you would click on import private keys, and you would paste the key that they give you when you click the export button. That way, if Bullx is down for maintenance or whatever, you still have access to all of your meme coins, all of your Solana, and you're able to transact, and you don't have to wait for the tool to come back online. Now, if you don't want to use a Bullx wallet, you want to use your own wallet, you would just click import, and you would have to put in the private keys, in which case you would get them from your wallet address, which I'm not going to show you because I don't want you to steal my money. Now, before showing you how to trade, I always get this question whenever I make a tutorial: how do I withdraw my money from Bullx or whatever the tool is? In which case you have two options. The first case is by using Bullx, and for that, on the wallet manager page, you go here to withdraw wallets, you click add wallet, you give it a name like test, and then you paste in your wallet address. You do add wallet, it appears here. And then when you're ready to withdraw your funds, you would click the withdraw button. You would select the wallet that you want to withdraw from. You enter an amount like 10 Sol, and then you're going to be able to see the wallet that we just added, and you click withdraw. But if you did what I just showed you and you imported it into your Phantom or whatever wallet you use for Solana, you can just send money directly in your wallet and not have to do this within Bullx. So now that we have a wallet in Bullx, we are able to start trading meme coins. Now there's a couple of options for pages that you're able to find new coins. The first one is going to be the explore page, which acts like Dex Screener, Dex Tools, all the tools out there. And here we can see all of the new tokens that are being created. And this includes everything. So you have all the coins being launched on Meteora, in which case this is where you would have seen coins like the Trump coin and the Melania coin, because they weren't launched through pump funds. So you're not able to see those through a terminal. You would have had to be on this page. And then you also can look at the trending tokens, which is like a snapshot of the market at any point in time. You could filter by time, you could filter by things like market cap, and you can even add your own filters. So if you only want to see tokens that have a certain amount of liquidity or a minimum market cap, you can apply that filter, and it's only going to show you tokens that are above the threshold that you just set. Now, the other place, which is the place that most people spend their time, is going to be Neo Vision. And this is a trading terminal for all of the token launchers like Pump Fun, Moonshot, Launch Labs, which if we go over to dexes, you're going to be able to filter on and off the ones that you want. Now you might also see an additional one called Sun Pump, which that is strictly for Tron tokens, but for the sake of this video, we're only going to be doing Solana. So you can either turn that off, or right here, you can filter by Solana only instead of all chains. Now, if you're familiar with Pump Fun, you probably recognize these three columns. And what this basically is on the left here, we have new creations, which are all the brand new tokens that are being launched through those three launchers, or whichever ones you filter by. You could only see Pump Fun if you want. And you'll notice they're coming in very quickly. In the second column, we have the tokens that are about to graduate. So they haven't made it there yet, but they're on their way to graduate. It doesn't mean they will. It means these are the closest. And then once they hit the graduation stage, you're going to see it's going to be written migration here. There's none at the moment, unfortunately, but when it's migrating, you can't trade the token for a short period of time. And once it gets to the migrated stage, it's going to appear in the graduated column, which these are all the tokens that have officially launched on Radium. They've burnt liquidity and they are now an official meme coin. However, that doesn't mean it's going to be a successful meme coin. If we just quickly scroll through, you'll notice that a bunch of these are now under the Radium launch level for market cap, right? They essentially rugged. And in fact, a majority of the tokens that get to the graduated stage just die on migration. So it's really hard to trade meme coins, and most people, like I said, end up losing money. Now, if all of this stuff about Pump Fun and about to graduate, migration, all that is confusing you, I will link a video above as well as in the description down below on Pump Fun. I explain what Pump Fun is, the culture behind it, and how people treat it. So I strongly suggest after this video going to watch it, as I want to keep this strictly for a Bullx tutorial. Now on this page, there's still a lot we can do. There's also a lot of information about tokens available to us. If we just look at one of these new ones, for example, you could see we have some icons here. So if I were to click this, it's going to take me to Pump Fun because that was the Pump Fun logo. And here I can go check out the dev's wallet. I can go see the tokens that he's created in the past. Maybe he's a serial rugger, or maybe he's created some successful tokens in the past and people are going to say, oh, if that token did well, maybe his next token is going to do well. We also have links for Twitter as well as a website. So if you want to see how much effort is being put into a token, which again, this is not always a metric of success. Most of the time, it's not even a website. It's just a link to the Twitter or to some tweet. After that, we have some information on the tokenomics. So for example, this one, the top 10 holders hold 72% of the tokens. We also see how many insiders are involved in the tokens, how many people sniped it. So this is going to be information on how healthy the token is, which I'm going to show you more on that in just a second. We also have how many holders there are in the token. We have the current market cap. So there's really a lot of information on this page you can get about a token just by quickly scanning. They also added this really cool feature here. If you click the magnifying glass, it's going to take you to Twitter and it's going to automatically search the contract address. So you're going to be able to see who is talking about the token. Is it just bots or is it real people? Is there a narrative behind this coin? And it's just going to help you out with your overall research. Now, another thing we can do directly on this page is purchase a token. If I hover over a token, you'll notice that the $10 symbol pops up here. And if I were to click that, it's going to try to buy the token for me automatically. And if you want to edit that number, it's going to be up here. So if I switch it to 1,000, for example, you could see it's now $1,000. So if I click this, it's going to buy $1,000 of the token, which we don't want to do. So I'm going to put it back to 10. And if the charts are annoying you and you want to turn that off, or you want to always see the buy button, that's just going to be up here. We hide the charts and now you can see every single coin has the buy button. Next, let's take a look at a specific token, which I chose this one at complete random and it clearly rugged. So please do not go and buy this just because I have it open in a video. But let's break down the token page and then I'm going to show you how to trade meme coins. So starting off on the top left, we have the chart of the token, which this is using TradingView. So you have a ton of tools here. If I want to draw some support lines or whatever it is, you can do that on your screen, which is very useful if you're good at technical analysis. You also get some information on screen, like here, this is when the dev bought the coin. This is when the dev sold. sold. I'm also tracking wallets, which I'll show you how to set that up after. But here you can see I track Cooker, or one of Cooker's wallets. So I can see every single one of his purchases, as well as when he sold the token. If I click this, I'm going to get information about his wallet. And if I'm able to find the token that we're looking at, I'll just pick a random coin. For example, this one called UUC, I can see, oh, he is currently holding 0. However, he made $465 trading this token. So there's a lot of information here. If you really want to jump into the weeds, I can also see his most profitable trades. I can see his current active positions. So here you can see that he's a really successful trader. On GOAT, he made $780,000. On Vine, he made $440,000. So this is how you track wallets, how you look at their trading history, and so on. But back to the token. Now at the bottom here, we have all of the trades that are happening for this token in particular. We can also see who the holders are and maybe go analyze their wallets. We can see how much they are still holding of the token. We can also go and look at the top traders, which is one of the ways you could find really good traders. If you look at their P&L and you see somebody made on this coin, they made not that much money, like only $222, but you're going to find coins where people are making 10, 100, 1,000, millions of dollars on coins. And that's one of the ways that you can start tracking wallets. Now, tracking wallets is a double-edged sword, because it's good to see if you have like 20 of the traders that you're tracking and they're all buying into a coin, it probably means there's a narrative that's going around and it's driving that volume. So it could lead you to buy a token, but it can also lead you to copy trade them, and then they all dump and you get absolutely wrecked because you are the exit liquidity. On the other hand, there's been cases where somebody I track bought the coin, they sold, I've sold because they sold and I'm panicking, but they're like up 50x and they only sold a very small amount. And now I have no more of the token and it keeps ripping. So you got to be careful when you're tracking wallets. Don't use it for copy trading, or don't think of these traders as like the gospel. Just use it as a tool to find out about new coins. And actually, let's go back to NeoVision so I could just show you on a token that has more information. So for example, this one, we can see that the top 10 holders have over 50% of the token, which you have to be careful with this, because that means 10 people can just dump the token on you and absolutely wreck you. This one also has 14% insiders, and that's going to be marked here by this rat icon. So you're going to see there's some tokens where it's just littered with insiders. The top 50 holders are all insiders, and that means the wallets are connected in some way, and it's probably just one person or a few people who have dispersed tokens over a ton of wallets, and they're getting ready to dump on you. So really, you have useful information down here that you're going to get used to reading over time as you trade more and more meme coins, because a couple of insiders or even top holders having a large percentage isn't always bad, especially when the market is hot, but it's often a signal to warn you. But if we look at all these tokens, like how many of these have a ton of insiders and yet they manage to migrate the token, and it's because they do some sketchy things with the coin to get it to that graduated page. So now that we understand how this page works, let's go ahead and learn how to trade meme coins. So all that is going to be happening on the right side over here. And the simplest thing you could do is a market buy or sell order. So if that just means that I'm going to be purchasing the token at the current market price, and I don't care what the price is, I just want the token. So to do that, I would just enter an amount, for example, 0.1 of this coin. I would click buy, and you could see my order immediately went through. It now appears at the top of my screen here. So this is really useful if you just want to click it and get to that page. If I go to positions, I should now see that token in my wallet. And the same applies when I want to sell it. I would just click sell. I would select the amount that I want to sell in percentages, or you can also switch this around, but I'm just going to do 50%. I click sell, and it's going to automatically sell it for me. And if I look here, you can see I see my buy and my sell order. I also see the average price that I was able to get in. And if this token were to nuke and I buy again, my average price is going to go down. Now, the second thing you could do is put a buy or sale limit order. And this is for case scenarios where, let's say I want to purchase this token, but I feel like it's going to go down. I feel like this is going to crash a little bit. I might not be at my PC, but I want to get into this coin. So what you can do is set up a limit purchase. So I set it down here like, hey, this is the support, whatever. If it comes down and touches here, I want to automatically buy. So here I just put an amount, I click buy, and it's going to set up this automatic purchase purchase for me. So if I go to orders, you can see I have a buy limit set up that is currently active. So if it reaches this point, it is going to automatically purchase it for me. And if I want to cancel that, I just click on this garbage can and it is now canceled. So if it goes down here, it is no longer going to purchase. The same thing on the sales side. Let's say I bought this token, I feel like it's going to pump, but I'm not going to be home, or I'm going to bed or whatever it is. I can set up a automatic limit sale. So let's say I think the token's going to go up 50% and I want to take out some money, my initials, whatever it is. I would put, hey, sell 50% of the token when it pumps 50%. I would click sell and you could see it just set up a sale limit order. So it's going to sell 50% of my tokens when it reaches this market cap. And same thing, if I change my mind, I would just click on the garbage can and it's no longer going to happen when it reaches that level. Now, the third thing you can do here, which is actually really powerful, is DCA, which stands for dollar cost average. This is in the case where, let's say I want to put in $1,000 into this coin, but I don't want to buy it in one clip. I want to do 10 purchases over time with a specific amount. What I would do is I set up my amount, so 0.1, I select the amount of time, so whether it's every day, every hour, every minute, so here, every 1 hour, and then you select how many times you want to do it. So I want to do it 10 times. Then I can click buy Trump or whatever coin you have, and it's automatically going to purchase one time every hour for 10 hours. And the extra thing you could do is add a market cap limit. So let's say I don't want to purchase if it goes above like 33 billion market cap. It's only going to DCA every hour if it's within my current range. And then you could do the same thing on the sale side. Let's say I've purchased this coin and I want to automatically sell multiple times over a certain amount of time. You can set up a sale order here. So sell every 1 hour, 10 times, 25% of the tokens. I can also set up market cap. So I'm like, hey, don't sell if it goes below this. And for some reason, if I only want to sell at a limited market cap, I don't know why I wouldn't sell above it, but let's just pretend it's going to automatically take profits for me while I'm away from my PC. So this is a very powerful tool if you don't want to dump your coins in a single clip. Now, a few other things you could do. One of them is going to be adjust your priority fee, your slippage, and your bribe. And here, when the token's really hot, a ton of people are buying it, there's a bunch of volume, you're going to see this symbol is going to change to yellow. And that's going to mean, hey, the bribe fee that people are willing to pay is higher than what yours is currently set at. So if you want to be competitive and you want to guarantee that you get in and out of a token, you're going to have to adjust these settings. So for that, you can see we have 5 different settings up here on both the buy and sale side. You have to set these up for each side, and I would just click on this, and here I can change this around. So my default, I want it to be 0.05, 10 slippage, and 0.05, but then I want to set up like a rush order. When the market's hot, hey, I want to beat everybody. So maybe this one I'm going to set to 0.01, and I'm going to allow for more slippage. And then this one, it's going to be, I don't know, like crazy market, and I'm going to set this one to 0.05. So these are different settings that you can just quickly click through. So you don't have to fumble around with your slippage, your bribe, your priority fee. When the market's hot, you just guarantee that you get in and out of a token. And the same thing on the sale side, you're going to have to set these up as well. Now, one more thing you could do on this page, and that is the instant trade button, which is going to pop up this little box for you. And the difference between using this and this is you don't have to fumble around putting in amounts. I mean, you could set these by default, but you don't have to fumble around doing this and then clicking buy. If I were to click this button right now, it's going to automatically purchase 0.01 or 0.5 or 1 sol of the token as fast as possible. And you can see up here, I also have my bribe and my slippage settings, but really I don't have to come on the side and manually enter information and click buy. You can just click on this and it's going to purchase for you. So this is just a trading method that is a little bit faster than using this trade box on the right side. But you do have to be careful, because if you accidentally click 1, or if you have this set to 100 sol, it's going to purchase 100 sol without asking you to confirm or anything like that. So be careful using this. The next thing that we have is going to be the wallet tracker. And this is where you're going to be able to manually enter wallets that you found from really really good traders or popular KOLs that you're tracking. And if you look on the left side, you can see I track Cupsy, I track Cooker, and there's a few other trades. It's pretty much littered with Cupsy right now because he trades a million times every single coin. But this is where you're going to be able to see all of the people that you're tracking, what they are trading. I can also look here just to see the coins they're trading without seeing their name. And like we saw, if I click on it, I'm going to be able to see an icon. I set this icon to a custom emoji, but I'm going to be able to see every time Cupsy buys and sells a coin. And again, I can click into it and I can see, hey, what's his P&L on this specific coin? So if you have some wallets, the way you add them is just by clicking add wallet. You enter the wallet name as well as the wallet address, and then you're going to have a list, and it's going to automatically tell you when people are buying and selling coins. And then just like we had on the Neo page, you're able to purchase directly from here. And if you want to edit that amount, once again, it is on the top right. So here now it would be 10,000 or 100,000, whatever I put there. I'm going to switch that so I don't purchase $100,000 of a coin. So wallet tracking is incredibly useful. I'll probably make a video on how to find people's wallets in the near future. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. But the other thing that's really cool is going to be the Twitter tracker, where here you're able to see things that are happening on Twitter without needing to have your Twitter screen open. And if you don't like it, in the bottom left here, if you click the lock, it is going to move around on our screen just like the instant trade button did. And if I switch pages and I go to Bullx Neo, it's still going to be here. So if I want to scan this page while also keeping track of Twitter, I'm able to do that. Now there is an update coming. If we go to this Twitter tracker tab, you can see, let me just close this. You can see it says coming soon. And this is essentially going to be a custom Twitter tracker. So if I don't care about, Andy and Sean and all these people, I want to set up my own Twitter feed. You're very soon going to be able to do that and track specifically the people that you are interested in. So I'm very excited for that to come out. Other than that, we have, the orders page, we have our portfolio page. These are pretty simple. You see a lot of that on other pages, but here you get a full view of what you're doing. I currently don't have any orders active, but let's say you have limit orders set across 20 tokens. This is a much more useful place to find them other than going on the individual tokens. After that, we have the portfolio page, which just gives you an overview of your portfolio. You can see the Trump tokens that I purchased. At the bottom here, I have all of my profitable trades. So on this one, I made 8K. On this one, I made 5K. Look, I'm not an amazing trader here. I have a bunch of losses. This just shows you your wins. After that, we have the multi-chart page. So let's say I want to track like 10 coins at the same time and I want to see them all on one page. You can do that here just by adding a ton of tokens. It's going to automatically show you the ones that you've recently looked at, but you can also search a coin and then follow it, and you're going to be able to see it all on one single page, which I find is super useful. And then finally, they have the airdrop page, which I have no idea when this airdrop or if it's ever going to happen, but there is an airdrop that's supposed to happen at one point. So if you're trading with this tool, if you get yourself a referral code, or you have one automatically in the regular version of Bullx and you're referring friends, you're going to get points. And hopefully one day we get a wonderful token airdrop that makes us all rich for all the money we lost using or trading meme coins. So that does it for today's video. I hope you found it useful. If there's another tool or something you don't understand that you want me to explain, maybe how to set up the fees or how to find wallets, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm going to be pumping out a ton of tutorials and educational content in the coming months. So let me know in the comment section down below. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button. It helps my videos reach a wider audience, which in turn pumps your bags. If you haven't already done so, would you kindly hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification. Thank you for watching another Crypto Gorilla video. Peace.